This video is going to show you how to insert a page onto our website. In order to insert a page, there are two bits of information you'll need to decide before you attempt this. First is you'll need to know what the page is going to be called, what its short title is. The second piece of information is where it's going to fit into our menu system. The short title is the name of the page that you'll find up here in one of the menus. To select a good name, you have to consider the context in which it's going to be used. For example, under FRC, we have Start a Team as one of the pages. Now, we could have said Start an FRC Team and FRC Events, and we could have said FRC Grants, FRC Team Fac. However, since it's all context sensitive under the FRC menu, we felt that we could leave the FRC part out. The next thing you'll need to know is where in the menu system you would like to put the page. As you can see, we have a lot of pages and we're trying to group things together in a logical format. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to add a page over here in the How-Tos section. When you're first getting started, we highly recommend that you navigate to the page that you wish to be the parent of your new page. I have navigated to the How-Tos page and I've decided that is going to be the parent of my new page. My new page is going to be called Training, and it should fit into the How-Tos menu right after Website Authors. So I'm going to come up here to the Pages control panel, and a lot of the really common tasks are ready to go right here. So I'm going to put in Training as the name of my page. Always use the default template unless you have a very, very well thought out reason why you don't want to use the default template. And then you can see that this page, this new page, will be a child of How-Tos. I want it to show up in the menuing system, so I'm going to leave that checked, and I'm going to add a page. As you can see, the page has been added. It automatically puts an HTML module on the page for you. And that is all it really takes to add a page to the system. As a quick check, I can come up to the menu How-Tos, and we can indeed see that there's now a training page available. You're now ready to start adding modules to this page so that you can generate your content. Other things that can be done on the Pages control panel. You can see that there's a number of actions along the top. We'll get to those in just a minute. You can also update the current page. So let's say that we decided that Training wasn't really the appropriate page title. We are now going to call it Instructions. Okay. And if I update the page, you can see it's now been changed to Instructions. You can also get a feel for that by looking at the breadcrumb control over here on the left. How-Tos Instructions, that is the current path to get to this page. You can also use the Pages control panel to move pages around on the website. For example, I can take Instructions and I can change where it's located in the menu system. And in fact, let's make Instructions a child of the FLL tab. And by doing this, and when I update the page, we're going to move that Instructions page. It's no longer under the How-Tos menu, but if I come over here to the FLL menu, you can see it right down here on the bottom. I'm going to now move it back to How-Tos, also using that same control panel. This time I can also elect to position it exactly where I'd like. I would now like this to be after the mail accounts page. This control shows you the entire menu structure of every page on our website. It's organized into a parent, child, and sibling relationship. For example, home is a top-level menu. You'll notice that there's no indentation. The next level down is the parents page, and you can see that for each level they add 3 little dots to indicate to you that this is a child of the previous page. So the children of home are parents, mentors, volunteers, sponsors, and show me too. And that continues. Mentors has the children Junior First Lego League, FTC, and FRC. So if I know that I'm looking for how-tos, I happen to visually realize that that is at the end of the menuing system. So if I scroll all the way down, I can see that, oh, how-tos is down here near the end. I'm going to select mail accounts again. So now when I update this page, it's going to be moved to just after mail accounts. There's the basics of how to get a page onto the website. Let's go back up to the Pages control panel and take a look at the Actions section. There are page settings. You can add a page, copy a page, delete a page, import or export a page. We're going to leave copy, delete, import, and export alone for now. Let's take a look at the page settings. There are 3 tabs in page settings: page details, permissions, and advanced settings. Under page details, you can see that here's the short name that we gave to our page. You can also give a page title. The page title is oftentimes used by search engines and also by browsers to display a slightly more elaborate version of what the name of the page is. The description field allows you to enter a short synopsis of what is on the page. You'll most often find the description tag used by search engines as part of the results. So if you were searching for a page on our website using Google, the page would come up with the page title, a link to it, and the description, and that's what Google uses to generate its content. You can also put in some keywords about what this article is about. These are literally words, they're not sentences, and they're just key phrases that you might find people searching for on the internet. We're going to ignore the tags for now. You can also see that this panel is showing us who the parent page is. There's also a checkbox down here on whether to include this in the menuing system or not. It is possible to exclude a page from the menuing system. There are special reasons that we'd like to do that. We'll get into that during a more advanced topic. The next page is the permissions page. This is a fairly important page. This controls whether people can actually see your content or not, and also controls whether people can edit your content or not. You can see that there are 2 main categories: who can view the page and who can edit the page. Now, you'll want to be a little careful with this because you could get some rather unexpected results. So, in general, if you're editing the page for the first time and you're not ready for people to see it, what you'll want to do is set it up so that the authors, First WA authors, has rights to both view and edit the page, and that the First WA partners have the rights to view and edit the page. By default, administrators always have the ability to view and edit the page. But if you look on the second line, all users, which means anybody who's logged in or not, currently will both be unable to see the page and they will never be able to edit the page. This is the basic look that you're going for. Editors you want to restrict so that people can't come in and make modifications to it. And at the moment, we're going to go ahead and leave the view on as just the partners and the authors. Third tab is called Advanced Settings. There are a bunch of things in here that is rather advanced topics, so we're going to leave these alone. So just kind of stay off of the advanced settings tab unless you really, really know what you're doing. It's not a good place to experiment. You can actually munge a few things up here. All right, once you have finished making all of your changes, you need to hit Update Page in order for those changes to take effect. We have just shown you how to insert a page onto the First WA website. Your next step would be to go add some modules so that you can add some content, or just go ahead and edit the existing HTML module. When you're done and ready for the world to see your page, there is one last step that you'll need to do, and that is up there in that Pages Control Panel. Under the Pages Control Panel, when I'm ready for the world to be able to see my page, I'm going to hit Page Settings, and I'm going to turn on All Users Can View This Page. And at this point, your page and its content have gone live on the internet. To summarize what we've gone over, in order to insert a page, you need to know what you're going to call it and where it's going to be on the menuing system. You'll use the Pages Control Panel to add the page. You will edit the page, putting up your content, and then you're going to go back to the page using the page settings, and you need to set the permissions so that everybody will be able to see it. Those are the very basics of how to insert a page on our website.